Hi everyone, my name is Bilan Hirsi. I'm representing the chapter of Somalia YALI LLC. Here with me is David, the director of USAID in Kenya and East Africa.
It's a real pleasure to be here with you, Bill, and today. As you mentioned, I'm the director of USAID in East Africa. I've been there for about 2 years, and it's extremely a pleasure to be here at Cape Town as part of the YALI Summit.
The pleasure is mine. So I will start with what we do as a chapter. So the chapter of the Somali chapter, we started around 1.5 years ago. So I will start with the chapter, the operations that we did, the administrations, and also what we are doing for the alumni. So the Somali chapter, when we started, it was not registered. So one of the main successful things that as a executive committee for this chapter was we registered the chapter. That took a lot of time and also a lot of effort because of we did not have resources, but we did it through our alumni and also through our partnerships. So that was one of the main successes in that year. Also, we did partnerships, especially with the universities, for our where the chapter did these partnerships. In order to, we got offices from them, and also we did capacity building trainings and also other partnerships. So that in this year we were trying to build as much as we can partnership with the civil and the public sector, whether it's the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Youth Development. So these were the partnerships we did. Apart from that, I remember me and my team when we started the chapter. In terms of the first evaluation that we had, I remember the chapter was below 50%, but in our final evaluation this year, we managed it and secured it successfully for the chapter, for the Somali chapter to got 97%. So that was a huge impact. I mean, huge and significant impact for the Somali chapter, and we did all of that without having any fund. So that was all based on what we believe in terms of volunteerism and in terms of giving it back to our community, and also in terms of partnership where USAID gave us the American corner where we can do capacity building trainings. And also that's one of the things that now we want as a chapter to expand in terms of Puntland and Somaliland as well. In terms, so we can do the capacity building that we are planning. So in terms of the alumni, what we did is to work on touching basis of capacity building. So we work with youth. I know that a lot of youth, they don't get the opportunity to get the training in the RLC, but we believe that the leadership and the development and the skills that we got from YALI is something that we can share back in home. So that's the driven, that's what is that's the drive, that's the energy that we have for our community, especially for the Somali community, because we know because of the fragility and also the other challenges that the youth are facing. These are the things that we did it while we are also doing our work, but this is completely voluntary for our youth, and it's something that we wanted to share with our youth. So one of the significant impacts the chapter had was we won the YALI Africa Giving Day. So the Somali chapter was representing East Africa. And that was a huge significance for us. We got a capacity building and also fundraising. And the Somali chapter again was the highest on the YALI Africa Giving Day. Also, we got now secured a fund, peace fund from USAID, which is one of the things that we were working on as a chapter. So basically, what I can say, there's still a lot we in our strategy plan to do. But the main force that driving us is to create as much as we can impact in terms of giving it back to the community, building the capacity, driving the volunteerism, within the community as well, and also showing youth that they can do a lot. Though they don't have fun, but still they can do a lot if we do combine our forces, our energies, and also our knowledge. There's a lot of things that we can do. Youth has the power, the passion, and also they're the leaders. I believe that. And I remember when I was in cohort 46 in YALI, so I did back in 2022 December, and from that time I got this opportunity to meet different 14 different countries, youth from different 14 countries, where they were doing amazing work. And from there, that time, I knew that the leader in me and also the leader in our youth as well, we know that this is the time that we have to take the lead. I know we can do that. And this is the time that we have to show the government that the leaders, the youth, they need support. Also, they need trust. And we got that through the capacity building that we have. So now we got everything with us. And that's why we're doing it for Africa. Africa is our business, and it would be, and that's what we're going to be working. So I think that's all from what we did.
Wow. That's really amazing to hear you speak about all you've accomplished, Bilan, and I think really underscores what the vision in YALI is meant to be all about. Because as you know, USAID, it's all about facilitating that partnership, in this case, sort of the American people and the people here in Africa. And it's all about, as you said, partnering together, because we know, in this case, the youth is so important part of the future. But in order to do that, it was really inspiring to hear you talk about how you had a vision that was going to be lasting, which was why you formally registered sort of the Alumni Chapter, to make sure that it could function not just today, but in the future as well. And then put to use those skills that you mentioned, not just for yourself, but for your communities as well. Because that's really all about what YALI is meant to be. It's meant to give people an opportunity, and then have those people, just as you're doing, Bilan, use that opportunity and skills to benefit many, many more people. I'm curious though, how did you first find out about YALI, and how did you become involved?
So back in home, as I said, coming from Somali community, the youth, they don't get a lot of opportunities in terms of leadership. And I remember a couple of alumni who did YALI, and I heard about them, and I was like, I need to be there, because always really my passion and what drives me was to give it back to my community. And also coming from a male-dominated country, as a woman, I study law, and as a woman coming from that background wasn't easy. So for me, I have to equip myself with these skills. And in order to get that, I applied for YALI, and I was lucky enough to be shortlisted for the interview and to get accepted at the same my first application. So that's how I end up doing YALI. And to be honest, from that time till now, I'm part of YALI every single day. Every single thing I'm doing, YALI is involved. And also, one thing that the YALI East Africa, they were there for us when we were there. And also, what I learned from YALI was that Africa is our business. And the future of Africa is in our hands as youth. So they taught us about from being a leader, also what I have to carry in my shoulders as a leader, in terms of representing my country and also representing East Africa. And wherever I go, though all of us are trying to work and do something, but still we will have that time to do the voluntary work. And that's how the beauty of YALI, that's the beauty of the community that we build, which we are still together, and we are also working on cross-cutting issue among different African countries with the youth, with the YALI alumni.
That's wonderful. And, you know, one of the things you highlighted is that YALI's designed to give youth throughout Africa an opportunity, but also all types of youth, men and women. And you were highlighting how particularly important it was for you as a woman in Somalia. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about your experience as a woman in YALI coming from Somalia.
So, as I said, I studied law. being on that field is a male-dominated field. It wasn't easy, but still, I worked hard to be there, and also I knew that to equip myself with these skills. So I applied for the YALI program, for different other programs as well, in order to overcome these. So now I'm more confident, I'm more skilled, and also I am more. I mean, the network I need, and the passion is within me. So now I'm combining these with the community I made to do the impact to do the impact for my country.
No, that's wonderful. And I've been working in development for 21 years with USAID, and we're always trying to learn about what works consistently to actually achieve those development outcomes and goals we're trying to achieve. And it's really hard to find any one thing, except there is one thing that always stands out, and that is invest in women. They consistently, no matter where you are in the world, if you do that, you will have an impact. And I think you're a great illustration of why that's true. You mentioned that one of the things that YALI did was it helped you to develop your own skills. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit more? What specific skills do you think YALI helped you develop further?
So the first day that we went to YALI, they told us you're a leader. As a youth, we thought that the leaders are when you have position in the government or in international NGO. But the first thing that they told us is how to conduct yourself as a leader. What is the responsibilities? What characteristics do you need? So that was the first things. And also in terms of the different programs, the civic education, the public management, the entrepreneurship. One of the main highlights was the design thinking, which is something that I carry on with me till now. It's about how to do human-centered research, and also to tackle whether it's the social issues or whether it's coming up with these development in terms of entrepreneurship. So a lot of things, and I remember after taking these lessons and knowledge and skills from YALI, that's how I secured my first job in terms of youth development. Because now I have two backgrounds, law, which I'm passionate about, and also what I'm studying and what I'm working. But also through YALI, I got this chance of working on youth development programs, which is more basically volunteerism, but it's still I do work on programs in terms of building core life skills, entrepreneurship skills, employability skills. The last program I was working with was SOS Children's Village, where and I worked with different youth local organizations in terms of what we discussed in YALI, whether it's the leadership, the core life skills, the entrepreneurship, and all these things. Yeah.
That's really interesting. And you know what I thought was really important is when you talk about leadership, sometimes people think leader, you have to have a specific title or something like that, or some authority that's invested in your position. But we know that's not true. You can have leadership no matter where you are, no matter what your position is. It's how you engage. It's how you use your time and your energies. And I think that's really motivational.
Yes, because when it comes to leader, it's all about your position. Whether it comes from your family, the position that you are, it's all about how you conduct yourself. Yeah. And also how you see that. Yeah. And it's something changing now. Youth are now learning they are leaders. And everybody is responsible of what they are doing, no matter what role you have. But still, that you are a leader. And in order for that, you also have responsibilities. So it's all about how you carrying on these responsibilities.
I think that's right. As you highlight, with opportunity comes responsibility. And one of the things you highlighted earlier about how you found out about YALI is that somebody told you about it, a YALI alum. Yeah. And I'm sure that's what you're doing now is you're taking the opportunities that you've had and hopefully bringing in other youth into those opportunities as well. Is that right?
Yes. So one of the, some of the sessions that we do whenever the application for YALI gets started, we do sessions on how to apply and we carry them through the application system, what to do, even the interviews. So that's how we're trying to help youth in order to get accepted, and also the ones that don't get the chance to get accepted, we still teach them what we have been taught in YALI. So again, that's the two ways that we can share to help you to get accepted in YALI, and if not, don't give up, try, and also take the opportunity to learn.
That's fantastic. And where do you hope to take YALI in the coming years, in the next 2-3 years? What does success look like to you?
So success look like to me reaching out community, helping the community, and also every individual has the right to get these opportunities. And also it's one of the things that I believe is always to learn about the volunteerism. I really push that. And coming to your question, which you said, YALI, where I see YALI the coming
in the coming years, what would you like to see?
So, YALI in the coming years, I believe that I will see in terms of especially the YALI localization now, is for the alumni to work on cross-cutting issues, to do partnerships, and also to reach more impact in terms of reaching the community. Now YALI did 30,000, but the alumni is reaching more. So increasing the numbers, increasing the impact, and also working on Africa, which is our business.
No, that really is inspiring. And maybe if I could ask you one final question. As I said, work with USAID, which is all about building partnerships here in Africa, across countries, across communities, but also, with the folks back in the United States. If you had a message to give them, the American people, about what's going on in Africa, what's going on with young African leaders, what would you tell them?
I'm going to tell that Africa has the most population youth. We have that drive for leadership, for development. And I want to thank the American people. Obama has started this program, and now it's been more than 10 years. And hopefully it will continue to make this impact. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for spending some of your time with me this afternoon. It's been really informative.
It was my absolute pleasure.